G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing today? It is sunsetty time and it's a little bit cool. It's summer's coming to a close. Oh, actually, hold on, it has come to a close. It's March now, boys. It's autumn. So the colder months are now coming back. Not that summer was that hot, to be honest. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. If you're new around here, g'day, my name's Nathan. I ride bikes and make videos about them. And if you like what you see, comment down below and subscribe, mate. We're on the race to 6k. Should happen within the week. So woohoo! Hitting that 10k by the end of the year is the goal. Anyway, ladies and gents, let's get on to the video for today. Today's video is about small bikes. You know I love them. I ride one. And we're going to talk about why small bikes are better for the biking community than some of the elitists who only ride big boy bikes would say. Alright. So, it's a lot of hatred towards little bikes by a lot of squid kind of people, and I don't see why, because everybody's got to start on something. But something about small bikes is that they're not just for, you know, for beginners. Small bikes are the better commuter bike for multiple reasons. I can't fit through this gap, and that is because with small bikes, they're both small in engine size and physical size. So believe you me, they're actually a lot better as town bikes and commuters because you can fit in all kinds of gaps that other bikes cannot. So like, I can do this much more easily with my bike than say a Big Brother Harley or a Goldwing for that matter. Or like even your leader bikes, man. Look, you can filter pretty well with an R1, but they're still bigger than even the R7s, and I think the R9s are actually pretty small as well. But much like my bike, this is a bit like, I'd say compare it with a Sportster Harley, okay? Smaller in size, easy to ride, gets you from A to B, doesn't use as much fuel, and it's cheaper in general. So smaller bikes are just, they're more comfortable around the towns, all right? They lead to less fines and problems for a lot of bikers who can't control themselves, which is a lot of us, and we know it. But dude, there's just something charming about these smaller engine bikes that the bigger bikes lack. And look, if you're riding a bigger bike, you're essentially riding an automatic around once you're up to speed, because if you're not breaking the law and you're actually following the rules, you don't have any need to have any other gear than one. So, and if you do shift, you're only shifting like 2 or 3 realistically, because there's just no reason to shift at any other point. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to go this way. I've changed my mind. I don't want to have to worry about all that red light rubbish. Hopefully the ND filter can handle this, because I've got the big one on, because I was expecting it to still be relatively sunny, but no, I've got copped with all the shadows in the way I've decided to ride. But yeah, so one benefit of the smaller bikes is typically their low barrier of entry, all right? They don't require much skill to ride. They're light, they're easy to handle, and they're cheaper. So more riders can get into riding, which at the end of the day is what we really want anyway, because the more bikes we have riding, the happier we all are, okay? So people aren't going to be as scared of them. Now, you might end up breeding a few squids because they get super confident on these little 250s or 300s or even 500s, and then they go up to something like a leader bike and then nearly, you know, destroy themselves because that thing comes on like a freight train compared to a 250. For example, like I was saying in the other video, here I am in 6th gear at 70 k's. If I accelerate, it accelerates, but it barely, you don't feel it. Like, look, watch my, ooh, a Supra car I don't really like. Ready? You don't even feel the bike move. It just, like, it slowly starts accelerating. Where you have those other bikes, you get you get thrown to the back of the seat. All right, so the low barrier of entry is definitely a good thing for a lot of riders. Now, like I said, it might breed some stupid ones, but doesn't matter what bike you buy, there's always going to be those kinds of people. And that's the nature of free will, I guess. So, besides that, more bikes on the road, better for us all. Smaller bikes are also cheaper to have, not just own, but continue owning. So insurance is much cheaper, all right? Fuel is much cheaper because you're using half the engine size typically, okay? You don't have to go and put the best tires on these things, because but you can, all right? That's completely up to you to choose. Parts for them are usually cheaper because they're cheaper bikes. Simple things, all right? Everything that involves, like with motorcycles, is cheaper with these smaller bikes, unless you're getting like an old Ducati Monster or something. Like, your bougie bikes are still going to cost a lot of money, but the other bikes, your Japanese typically, are going to be much easier and more affordable. And like, look, an old Virago 250 is like a toy. The old CBR 250 from the 89 and that, they're like toys, small, and like, look, they're just good times. Now, one of my favorite things to talk about with the smaller bikes is one that it's undeniable, okay? It's undeniable. And that is, a small bike you can actually ride properly. Now, what do I mean by that? With a small bike, you need to actually engage the shifter. Because, like, if you don't, you're going to have no power, baby, and you're going to redline. Whereas your leader bikes and your 600cc class bikes and everything in between, you typically only have to go first, maybe second, and bam, you've hit every speed limit in the country. Where this little rebel, she handles up to about 60 k's in first before she redlines, and then maybe 80, 90 in second. I'm not quite sure, I don't really remember, but you got to actually shift to get those numbers. And when you're shifting, you feel the power difference, because guess what? It actually has a good torque curve, but and if you're not shifting, you're going to either run out of power, redline, or you're just going to be in the wrong gear and accelerate and go absolutely nowhere. So, like, watch. If I wanted to continue that pull, I couldn't have stayed in third and second, because guess what? I would go absolutely nowhere because that red line would kick in. It is very, very bright down this way. I cannot see, but I will go into one of these areas down here and have a look, because this place looks like a fun exploration. I think this is the one I want to go in. I could be wrong though. Oh, that's the closed one. God damn it, I have to go around the other way. Oh, I can't see because of the sun, so I don't really want to go in that one. Oh well, there is a business park that's nice looking. Is it this one? Let's explore. Woo! Now, continuing on my point of being able to ride the bike, there's a reason the saying that it's fun to ride a small bike fast than a fast bike slow, and that's because it's true. When you're on these smaller bikes, you may not be going fast, but you feel like you are. So, like, much like anyone with an MC19 or 22 will tell you, when you're pushing, it sounds like the bike is really screaming, right? Really giving it the beans. Then you look down, you're only doing like 80 k's or something. So you get all the exhilaration and fun from said motorcycle with relatively little risk as like compared to the other ones. Like when riding these bigger bikes, you want to push to those higher, like dangerous speeds, you're going to be almost, you are going to be in illegal territory. And if you have an accident, God forbid, you're going to know about it, because it's going to hurt and it's going to either break you or end you. So the smaller bikes you can have the same amount of fun. And look, the risks are still there. Don't get me wrong. You can still drastically, maim yourself on these bikes, but you're going to have to put a lot more work in to get to that sort of danger. You know what I mean? It's overall good. And look, you can ride an R3 in the twisties faster than some people will be like on an R1 and even an R6, because these bikes are smaller and lighter, meaning they're more nimble, all right? It's so much easier to throw around a bike that's 160, 70 kilos than a bike that's 200, 210 kilos. And for good reason. It's just less weight, less stuff to move, therefore it's just more fun overall, all right? Now, don't get me wrong, I do love the power that these bigger bikes offer, and ooh, this is a really nice area, by the way. Would I take the big bike? Probably. I like the power the big bikes give you, so I would probably use the big bike, because I like it now. But in terms of pure twisty skill, a good person in an R3 will often beat a person in an R1, because a lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time, a lot of people who buy the big bikes are buying the bike and they don't have the skill capacity as much as the rider capacity. So it's more, they buy bikes with their wallets, not their rider skills. And you can see that a lot with the Ducati boys, like the one that I was doing the subscriber ride behind, and they crashed because more money than skill, It's a common problem with motorcyclists. It's a real nice place. God damn. I have been in this place before, actually. There's a gym there. Interestation. I don't really know what else this place is. I think it's just a business park, but I think I said that on the way in, so I'm pretty sure it is just a business park, but it's a nice looking business park. Look at that. Little reservoir there and everything. You know what? I need to come down this way more often. It's a good backdrop from our bitches. But dude, I don't think you can really get past the few benefits when it comes to bikes, basically being like the barrier of entry is just so good. Like you're paying, I'm going to go down that way. I shouldn't, but I'm going to, because what else are motorbikes good for? Other than exploring places you probably shouldn't be going. Ooh, as long as this dip at the end of this gravel is not too much. Absolutely. Oh, this is potentially not a great idea. Look at these potholes, god damn. Yeah, look, there's not much else out this way besides trucks and stuff, so I guess we will not go that way. Oh boy, great little photo spots though. Gosh, I really like it. You know, I'm going to take a photo here before I continue. Ma, look, I'm an influencer and such. Oh boy, I feel so weird every time I go and take photos of my bike, and I don't know why. Now my shoes are all filthy and so is the bike. Let's clean those tires a little bit. Ooh. But yeah, like I was saying, the low price of entry just makes the bikes more appealing to more people. You get more riders, means more bikes on the road, more people to hang out with, more bike nights, more enjoyable things. There's a little falcon gathering thing there or other. Typical, this area always has people taking photos of their cars and such. Small power, less risk of danger on the actual ride. You're not going to whiskey throttle it and pop a wheelie or something on these bikes. And if you do, call me impressed. Now, riding these bikes in the twisties are more fun, typically, because as fun as riding a leader bike is in a straight line or on a racetrack, when you're in real life, if you're just riding it in the twisties, guess what? You're just like, oh. Like, that's it. You're just accelerating and decelerating. You're never going to have to shift realistically, because there's just no point in hell, because all you're going to do is be like first gear, maybe second. I think this is a dead end, but that's okay. I kind of just want to see what's down this way. And then you're not really gaining anything. There's a tank over there. I didn't realize we entered the freedom zone. Why is there 2 tanks over there? Excuse me, what in God's name is all this about? Oh, the Caribbean Garden is closed. It's always been closed. That's why. For example, by the way, this is first gear. Watch what happens if I accelerate first. 62 is my red line in first gear. Wow. You know what that means? When I'm riding around, fifth gear's a bit much. When I'm riding around, I need to actually shift gears, which keeps it more exciting for the rider and the ride. What's down this one? This one looks exciting. It's another dead end. Oh, that's okay. I've never really explored this whole area, so this is how you learn. But man, you can't take it away from me, alright? Being able to ride in an aggressive manner and needing to shift is a lot of fun when you're just riding around for the sake of riding around in first all the time. Like, if you like, leader bikes and 600s are really hard to enjoy legally, but I'll take a 600 in the twisties over a leader bike if I was really gunning for it, because they're just so much more enjoyable, whereas the leader bikes are just pure rage, as it were. What is this one? I'm just going bloody everywhere. It's a court, is what it is. Okay, all these places end up doing nothing. You know what, though? This would be a really good sort of area to practice your riding. There's a lot of car parks. You come here like a few evenings when everything's closed. Plenty of practicing space. Even this court would be a good practice space. Nice wide road. So, well, if you guys are in Victoria and around this side of town, the Caribbean, Business Park's a good little place to practice your riding at. And I know at night time it's not too busy. Yeah, that is the end of it. I'm going to finish this video inside this park. That way I can turn off my microphone as opposed to wait until I get home, because I am sick and tired of doing that and having like an extra 30 minutes of audio that I need to delete from my video. There's cafes and everything. Man, I need to come through these places more often. You know what I'm like in videos. I like to explore industrial areas and business areas because you get to find some cool shit. COVID tower! Conspiracy theories! Dude. So, let me know down below, guys, if you agree with me, because I think the small bikes are the best, like a great thing for it. They're not the only kind of bikes we need, don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm saying at all. But they are just generally a good thing for the motorcycle community, because it brings us more people, brings an entirely different kind of community. There's a lot of people who customize these small little 250s as well, which is great. Because they're cheaper, you get a lot more people that are willing to do that, especially in this day and age where everything costs a goddamn fortune. But it's an absolute hoot, as it were. Good fun, good bikes. There's a lot of nice looking smaller engine bikes as well. Breeds more things. And honestly, getting humbled by a rider on a 250 in the twisties is hilarious to witness. But they're just so much fun. They're so small and fun, alright? You can have a lot of legal fun on a small bike, then you can have a lot of illegal fun on a big bike, alright? Now, obviously, different bikes are better for different things. Now, a small cruiser is not as good as a big cruiser, I'm sorry. But a big sports bike and a little sports bike, they're both fun in their own way. And guess what, man? Now, one does not detract from the other, but I tell you, a small bike in the twisties, you'll have a great time all the time. And if you end up getting stuck behind someone slow, well, you're not going to feel horrible, because guess what? The bike's probably feels like it's pulling anyway, so you're not really struggling. Actually, let's go straight because I want to finish this video off. So that's all I have time for today, ladies and gents. I do hope you enjoyed everything. So do take it easy, keep it cheesy, keep me posted in the comments on what you do and what you ride and what you think. But as always, that is all I have time for. Look at this lovely little place. I want to end my video up there. Excuse me, bike, turn off. Let's go for a cheeky little walk up on this hill just to see what's around. There's a guy fanging it down there. This is awesome little place, man. A little slice of paradise, as they say. And it's always in these little weird business parks. That shit. Damn, that looks nice. But yeah, that's all I have time. So I do hope you enjoyed everything, legends. So do take it easy, keep it cheesy. Comment down below, subscribe if you're new and enjoy my stuff. And as always, peace. Bye.